Good afternoon, everybody, and welcome to the Medic Minute. Today we're going to talk about the LifePak 15 and a couple of tips and tricks that we learned about the last couple of weeks while we've owned these things. First of all, there's a pouch on the top that can pop off easily. We've lost a couple of these, and when we lost them, we lost a 12-lead cable. We lost the discharge block for defibrillation discharge, and included with that was the temperature sensor cable. So we're asking you to place these in other pouches of the machine. The block and the temperature cable work great in the back. The 12-lead cable can be placed in this front pouch right here, but that needs a place for the pulse oximetry cable. These pulse oximetry cables are good for 500 wraps before the fiber optics inside break. So what we're asking you to do is, instead of wrapping it tightly and sticking it in here, we're asking you to put it in the rear pouch where it doesn't have to be wrapped as tightly. You can put paper, you can put EKG patches back here, and in the case that this does pop off, if the pulse ox is in there, it might work as a leash and not let you lose it. Next up, we also realized that the coiled cord works better than the straight cords, and so next week we're going to be issuing coiled cords to all of the vehicles to make sure that you guys have the tools that you need to try and do your job as best you can. In addition to that, our fast pads have changed significantly from fast pads to what's called quick combo pads. And the quick combo pads, one of them has a heart on it. The heart is the one that goes on the lateral side of the patient, and the one that does not have the heart goes over the right pec. If you get confused, you can always look at these pictures. But in addition to that, on the back of the packaging, if you're going to go to the front and back of the patient, you can place the heart one underneath the left pec and the back one on underneath the left scapula. The pediatric pads also have pictures in case you need a reference point, but this is a difference between our Zoll monitor pads and these pads. Finally, there's a couple of things we wanted to show you about the use and the monitor on the screen. First of all, when we told you to roll these out, you could use the event log to capture information for your PCR, including EKG strips, and that's not accurate. What the event log will do is, if you select a medication or you select that you're starting a procedure, you can hit the button and it'll give you a timestamp, and that will load into your PCR, but it will not give you any of the waveform, pulse oximetry, or any of the EKG information in the PCR itself. Something else that we learned was that these monitors are, with the pulse oximeters we have, are carbon monoxide capable. And when you put the rainbow pulse oximeter on a patient, it will automatically search for 10 seconds for carbon monoxide poisoning. Then it will default to SpO2 readings. If for some reason you think you have a patient who has carbon monoxide poisoning and you didn't see it in the first 10 seconds, you can use the wheel to come over the pulse oximetry box. You can select it, and then you can see that you have the option of SpO2 for pulse ox, or you can go to SPCO, which is carbon monoxide poisoning. When you hit that, it's going to search for carbon monoxide poisoning in your patient using the pulse oximeter cable that we've provided you. If the reading is unhealthy, it'll show unhealthy reading, and it'll give you a number in that field only for 10 seconds, and then it will revert back to SpO2.